I'll tell you where America's number
Jim
one.
Rickards.
We're number one in terms of incarceration. The percentage of people behind bars in the United States is double. This is just developed countries. We're not talking about Angola here. Just the OECD members, the developed countries. America's number one. Number two are our friends Chile, who have less than half that rate. Turkey's number 10. Remember Midnight Express? They only have 1/4 of the incarceration rate. So we are number one in incarceration, which is a major dysfunction in society.
Turkey
Josef
has
Joffe.
more journalists in jail than any other country in the world that I know of. Let me just say something about decline. I think decline is a relative issue. It's not an absolute issue. I am taller or fatter or thinner than you are. Just to say that I'm tall or fat or thin is not a very interesting issue unless I compare myself to others.
Well, let's take a moment for Chrystia Freeland to respond to that. Is it a relative issue? You said in your opening statement you're comparing it to what we used to be at some point in time. But why is their measurement not valid relative to other nations?
Couple of reasons. First of all, I think America rightly measures itself not against Turkey. Is America supposed to be proud it imprisons fewer journalists than
We have
Turkey?
none
I'm sorry.
imprisoned
No,
here.
hey, Joe, I didn't interrupt you. So that's really not good enough. America really is the city on the hill, and America needs to measure itself against itself. I'm arguing decline on two main points. One, America is failing Americans. And this is not about some, namby-pamby, NPR-ish, ethical, moral point. This is about saying the middle class is falling behind. And you talked, Peter, movingly about Generation Y. If we talk to the Generation Y people here, there are no good jobs for Generation Y. Generation Y is being Uberized and TaskRabbit-ized. And that is the problem.
Let's let Peter Zeihan.
And look, Generation Y knows it.
Before you do that, Peter, I just want to point out that in celebration of our 100th anniversary, NPR has some executives in the audience joining us tonight. And they're thinking things over. Peter Zeihan.
Let's talk about America's past. You want to make this a relative to the United States past rather than the rest of the world? That's fine. Andrew Jackson's wife was accused in a live debate of being a prostitute while she was first lady. Gridlock is normal. John Adams was accused of being a hermaphrodite without any of the positive characteristics, whatever the hell that means. Gen Y doesn't have opportunities. Let's take it from the economic side. Look back to the 1800s. We had an empty continent that anyone for the price of a Kia car could load up the family, head west, take land that we stole from the natives, and be exporting grain for hard currency to war-torn Europe within 6 months. That will never happen again because there's not another continent.